Let's get more on that story now. We can talk to Jonathan Farmer from Latin American newsletters. Jonathan, this is obviously a very difficult position for the Ecuadorian president to be in, and he survived politically for now, but he's got huge challenges ahead, hasn't he?
He will have, yes. I mean, any incident that involves the tear gassing of a president is obviously very, very serious. Whether this actually constitutes a well-planned and orchestrated coup, which is what President Correa is describing it as, with the involvement, he says, of civil society and even some members of his own party, I think does remain a moot point. I mean, we have no actual evidence of that so far, and certainly you look at the coup in Honduras in June last year, for instance, that really was well planned, and you had the sort of reactionary economic and political elite allied to the army. In this case, the army very clearly wasn't fully behind this, as we can see from the way in which Correa was so dramatically rescued.
In a way, I suppose it might be more dangerous for the president if this wasn't a well-planned coup, because it shows that there is a lot of public anger, at least in some areas of the public sector there, and it could easily be triggered by issues concerning austerity, which he says he has to push through.
Well, this is true. I mean, I think what we could see him do as a result of this, he could use this as a pretext to go ahead and dissolve Congress, which is what he's threatened to do in recent months. And then push through some of his more radical reforms. I mean, you could argue he could actually emerge stronger from this. When President Chavez was briefly toppled in a 48-hour coup in Venezuela back in 2002, we saw that after that he certainly did become stronger and he consolidated his position. He may try and, as I say, dissolve Congress, then use powers to legislate to actually concentrate power in the hands of his government. That's a distinct possibility.
What state is the economy in? I mean, it's defaulted on debts before, actually, hasn't it, Ecuador?
It has. It's defaulted on debts. It's also had plenty of uprisings in the past, and much more serious ones than this. It's not in a healthy state, the economy, mainly, in fact, because Ecuador is so dependent on exports of oil, and obviously oil prices haven't fully recovered since the economic downturn.
All right, Jonathan Farmer, thank you very much indeed for that analysis.
Thank you.